Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to school. I hope you enjoyed your holiday break with your family and friends and just enjoyed the few days off that you had. And hopefully you're well rested and totally ready to tackle a couple of big projects we have here in J-Term and then the entire spring semester. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting back to work here as a school. Okay, so this is J-Term. Welcome to it. For the freshmen in the room, this is going to be your first experience with J-Term. J-Term stands for January term, and during January last year, we went totally off script as a school, tried some interesting things, some things that worked and some things that didn't seem to work. And so this year we want to try some of those things that seem to work again. Mostly what we want you to do is to enjoy the next 2 weeks, working on art projects, trying to build design challenges, making videos. We're just going to be sort of functioning off script for the next 2 weeks on 2 big projects, and then after those 2 weeks, we'll get back fully into school. Okay, so a couple of things. Number one, if we have a snow day during the next 2 weeks, it is only a snow day during J-Term. We'll just have one less day of J-Term, and we will then begin school on January the 18th or the 19th, depending on Martin Luther King Day, where that falls. As soon as that week, after these 2 weeks, we are going to go fully back into the spring semester. A lot of interesting things are happening this spring with a lot of people out of the building for internships 1 day a week, some students on campus taking courses. There's going to be a lot of interesting things happening still this spring, but these 2 weeks, J-Term, this is when we're fully off the normal script of school, working on 2 big projects. So I want to let you know more about those 2 big projects now. And then one of those 2 big projects I have a lot of responsibility for, so I'll be sort of coaching you through that process over the next 2 weeks. All right, so the two big challenges that we have here for J-Term are in the mornings we're going to be doing generally an entrepreneurship challenge. And then in the afternoons, generally, we're going to be doing some art and beautification work here at Johnson Elementary Building, okay? So those are sort of our 2 big pieces. We might do some small, subtle things in between there, maybe even for specific students, who knows? But that's going to be the definition of our days. For the next 2 weeks, in the mornings, we're going to be working on our design challenge around entrepreneurism. In the afternoons, we're going to be working on our beautification projects. Now, let me start a little bit with those beautification projects, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them. I know your advisory teachers are already telling you more about them also. Those beautification projects are going to function by advisories, all right? So, one of our huge goals here for J-Term is to strengthen the ties within advisory groups. All right, so you're going to spend the next 2 weeks basically with your advisory groups, so get to know these folks, get to know the people in the room. This is sort of the team that you're going to move through school with over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, however much longer you have at STEAM Academy. We really want to strengthen our advisory program at STEAM Academy, and so this 2-week challenge is a great time to build those relationships. All right, so part of what we're going to do to build relationships is work on beautification projects together. Those beautification projects in the afternoons are going to be at the discretion of your teacher, okay? So each teacher has chosen some beautification project that they want to sort of lead over the next 2 weeks, all right? Those beautification projects take a lot of different forms. Each teacher is sort of going in their own direction based on their own interests. That's perfectly fine and awesome. Some teachers are challenging sort of a specific art project, tackling a specific art project, and some teachers are choosing like spaces to redesign and to make better. Okay, but no matter what happens, at the end of these 2 weeks, we need to be finished with our beautification projects, okay? So immediately, beginning this afternoon, start to take these beautification projects seriously and make as much progress as fast as you can so that we have them completely finished by Friday, January the 15th. That is our last day of J-term, and we need both of these major projects done by that day. So you have a lot of work to do. It's not going to seem like it right up front here. It's going to seem like there's not a lot to do and we've got a lot of spare time, but don't fall into that trap, because then at the end you're going to be rushing, trying to put things together, and it's not going to look nice, either the beautification project or your entrepreneurial challenge, and you're going to be sort of in a bad situation. So get to work early, and then you can sort of, if you do that and you have a little bit of extra time at the end, that's fine. You can always make things nicer, make things better, add more polish, more final touches. But if you don't work early, we're going to be in a bad situation. All right, so please get to work on both of these projects right off the top. Those beautification projects, that you're going to get some ownership of the building. There's all kinds of different projects going on, but across all of them, we're focused on trying to make our cultural environment here a more beautiful, more inviting, happier place to be. All right, so we're going to spread out all over the place, but all of us focus on that goal of trying to make this school a happier place for everyone, adults, high school students, visitors, everyone to be. All right, that's our beautification projects. Your advisory teachers have more information on that. My only advice to you is to get started and take it seriously early, because last year's J-term, the sophomores and juniors can tell you, there was many projects that were not finished by the end of J-term. Some of them are still not finished, and that was a very frustrating place, I think, for everyone to be with these projects extending past J-term. This year, we are not interested in extending projects past J-term, so get those projects done in 2 weeks. Map it out, figure it out, make sure you've timed up everything you need to do to get it done on time. Okay,